Remember, knowledge is not free. You have to pay attention.
Welcome to Pass the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Pass the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Luis Saez to win the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Pass the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
They're off at Saratoga.
You're watching Saratoga Saturday. Exclusive coverage every Saturday of the meet. Only on Pass the Wire TV. Tracking trips from Pass the Wire and the Pick Six King, John Stetton. As your handicapping partner, John is your second set of eyes on the past performances, replays, numbers, trips, and more, helping you find the angles and plays others miss. Each week you get expert analysis, smarter ways to press your opinions, and the keys to cashing bigger tickets. Tracking trips from Pass the Wire. Give yourself an edge and partner with a pro. Get a second set of trained, experienced eyes. Join today. Membership has its benefits. You're watching Pass the Wire TV.
Well, welcome everyone to another show here. We are going to Kentucky Downs in my home state now. Last week we'll do a brief summary of last week. Wasn't so good for us. Trying to hit that pick 5 at Del Mar. Del Mar, we hit 3 out of 5, two places in there. Just didn't quite have enough there. Everybody that did send me an email, and I gave my Saratoga picks. We hit 4 out of 5 at Saratoga. Not too bad, but once again, we're just one shy away. So here at Kentucky Downs, here's a couple of clues how to play Kentucky Downs. Always have some prices in your ticket. Trifectas are good for you. At Kentucky Downs, they pay very well. So does exactas, but trifectas pay very well. We're going to try to play a pick 5 there. It's very tough. Usually at Kentucky Downs, they're wide open. When you're going to play this course, remember, they're doing a right turn, a left turn, uphill, downhill. I mean, they're doing all this in this race that these horses have never done before, unless they've been from Europe itself. We are going to try to tackle their first running of the Kentucky it's the Nashville Derby Invitational for 3-year-olds only on turf, which is going to make it very interesting for the Breeders' Cup, see who comes out of this race and everything like that. One big clue here. I'm going to give you a clue that a lot of bettors do know, and some don't know this. If you're a big winner at Kentucky Downs, your first race outside of Kentucky Downs is usually not that good. You got to be a specialist for Kentucky Downs. They got to like the course. That's why the odds are usually pretty good. It's usually not maybe the hottest horse or the most informed horse. It's basically who really takes to this course, going uphill, downhill, left and right. So we're going to jump into this. We're going to start with the 8th race, which is the big one. That's going to be the Nashville Derby. And we're going to get into this. And here we go. You can see up here, it's 1 mile and 5/16. That's a very unusual number around here. But look how they do. They're starting over here. They're doing a slight left. And I'm going to tell you right here, back here, this is more uphill right in here. Then they do a little bit of a right turn, a very wide left turn, very wide. And down the stretch they come. Now, the stretch is slightly uphill, just slightly. If you watch it on TV, you're going to be screaming, "Where is the wire?" Because it always seems like they always move slow motion down the lane a little bit. But once again, remember, you got to know what jockeys have ridden here before and what trainers are known for being here. And let's go with that. So the number 1 horse, we'll start here. This horse has some decent pressure speed, sits really close to the pace. Tim Yakteen is shipping this horse in from Del Mar. They're trying to get for this big purse. Look at this purse, $3.1 million for this race. So it's a big race here for these horses, especially on the turf. The trainer gets a plus 35% ROI. That's great for this. You got Johnny Velasquez, which has been on this track before. You don't have to worry about it. For me, is this horse a player for the win spot? I don't think so, but you know what? Remember, once again, you got to look at everything. This horse, I think, is a player for some of the exotics, your tries or even supers, which would be, they're going to be paying off great. And this horse is going off 30-1. Hey, on the bottom side of all that, why not, right? The 2 horse. Another one here, but this one has a little bit more speed than the other one. This one's going to be sitting very close. Might even be one of your pace setters. It's going to be tough to see. Once again, tough course. But this horse is going to sit always right there, first, second, somewhere around there. Going to try to hold on. If you look at this horse's projected ratings, early pace is 91, 93 in the middle, and finishes up at 112, which is really good here. So is this horse a player here? I don't know about for first place, and I think that uphill might just get him because this horse always seems to give away a little bit at the end unless it's a shorter distance. So I'm going to pass this horse, even though it's a nice price, but I'm just going to pass on this horse because there's plenty in here. The 3. Here's a horse that might be for the course. This horse has run in Ireland and stuff like that. This horse, the last 2 times, has run very, very well. Very tough. Very tough in here. I think for the win, has a heck of a shot for the win. Because especially look at this, it's really close. We got Jamie Spencer aboard. Wesley Ward's trainer gets plus 2%. Look at that. I mean, that's with him with all those big favorites on those sprint races, all the babies, and he's still pulling out an ROI of plus 2%. Wow, it's amazing. He has been very hot in the last 30 days. 30% in the win. That's pretty high, if you ask me. Is this horse a major player? I think so for the top spot. So I think at 20-1, you got to definitely throw this horse in on your exotics, on the top of your exotics, everywhere. Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing. And then here's the race lens angle. Third race off a layoff, looking for improvement. So I agree with that. So it's going to be, once again, this is a tough race, but I think this horse has the talent to put something together there. The 4 horse comes from, England, France, been running over there. Got some thirds and seconds around there. I try to find a video on this horse. I couldn't see any videos on it, unfortunately. So buyer beware type of thing. I think if the horse looks good, they're saying 6-1. If the horse looks good, you probably want to throw some exotics. They're giving it a little bit of a pace scenario, 72 and 87. Basically, they were saying no match for the winner at the end, so that means the horse doesn't have a heck of a kick at the end. So I think this one would be more on the bottoms of your exotics for me at best. So for me, I think that'd be at best on the bottom down there. The 5. Chad Brown is putting a horse in here that has some early speed. Can this horse steal it? Maybe. You got to watch out for this one. Jose Ortiz is on this horse. Ridden him back during his maiden, broke his maiden with him. This horse has got a lot of talent out of Kitten's Joy, definitely all turf. Look at this. This horse is, even though it's a front runner, doesn't show a lot of serious kick in the beginning, but it really holds on at late. So if they let this horse have an easy lead, good luck trying to catch him. So is this horse a major player for the win spot? Probably, but I'm going to lean more on the exotic part, the bottom side, but I wouldn't count him out 100% at 8-1. Once again, we're getting great odds. I think that's what it should be. The 6. Here's another one coming from England. This horse has been running pretty decent over there. Once again, I couldn't get any film on this horse. Lead-headed, no extra weekend at the end. So this horse has probably got a little speed. They're saying 79, and they got a mid-pack of 93. I think this horse could sit there pretty close. Frankie is aboard for this trainer that comes from Europe. Bred to love the turf. And this horse has been in the money 5 out of 8 times on the turf. So definitely a player for the win, probably, maybe a little bit. But yeah, definitely a major player in this race. There's no race lens angle here. And we'll move on to the 7. Okay, let's see this. Okay. Okay, I can't get the 7 up. I can't get the 7 up here. We're looking to see if we have the 7 in there. Sea of Thunder. I don't know where it's at. It's supposed to be Sea of Thunder in the 7th spot. The 7, we can't. I don't have it up here on the board here, but the 7 is a Sea of Thunder. Brian Hernandez is aboard. Sherry DeVoe is the trainer. Horse looks excellent. Another one from Europe, from England. This horse does have some talent, but for me, more on the exotic side, so probably put him on the bottom of your tries and supers. I think the horse does have talent. Then the 8. Carson's Run. It's won the last 2 times out for Christopher Camont. Joe Rosario's aboard, which is a great combination jockey trainer. Look at that, 20% wins, 56% of the money. This is another horse that doesn't have a lot of speed. It's come from behind, most likely. Look at the 76, 74, but 109 at the end. So this one's going to be coming late. The race lens angle is horse shipping into a track wins on multiple circuits. Success is of 3.8. And then class style of running from behind, they're saying it's probably a little much of a problem here. It could be, but I mean, it depends how fast they go up front. They will back up down that lane because, like I said, it's a slight hill. It's not a major hill. It's just slightly up. And you'll see it when you watch it. This horse is 9-2. Do I think this horse is a major player? Definitely, especially after the last 2 races. This horse has done everything it's supposed to do. I think watch out for this horse. And I put it in more of the win column or place column. Definitely in your exotics. Got a must play. The 9. Here's another horse that's kind of from behind, maybe much closer than the 8 horse. This horse does have talent. Will be closing at the end. Brendan Walsh is 21% in the win percentage in the last 30 days. That's excellent. Tyler Gaffleon has been on fire at Saratoga. 20% win clip in the last 30 days. You can't count him out always, but for me and here, I'm just going to pass on this horse. There's so many horses in here. You can't take them all. I think the horse does have a lot of talent, but I just think there's others in here that I would lean towards much more. But I don't want to talk you off. If you really like this horse, remember one thing. This horse will be closing at the end at 117 power late pace rating. And the horse has got that much kind of talent. I think personally at best at the end of supers or trifectas. The 10. This horse here, well, I don't know. I think this horse needs to pick it up a little bit to keep up with some of these horses. Todd Pletcher. How can we talk any bad about Todd Pletcher? He's at a win percent of 21%. You got Julian Leparoux, which is probably not the hottest jockey right now. He's a little cold, but remember, he does pretty well at the Kentucky Downs because it's a little bit like France or England. So he has a pretty good idea of how to race this course itself. This horse got tactical speed, could check in right around third or fourth if it breaks pretty good. So horse could be a little dangerous, but for me, I'm going to just back out and see what happens. The 11. Steve Ashmanson's horse. This horse definitely has the speed here. One of the speed horses, pressure horses. So I don't think he needs the lead, but I think this horse should be pushing. This horse, does it have talent to win? Oh, you betcha. This horse has got a lot of talent. I think this horse is just now rounding into form. Good. Torres is aboard. Look at the pace early rankings here. 81, 84, and then a 103. So this horse stays up really close. This one is going to be sitting right there about third, maybe even second. And going to try to take it on that last wide turn and try to take over at the start of the stretch. Player, Major. I like this horse a lot. I think this is one of them that's going to be the top 2 spots. So I think this is a Major player, and don't ignore. 12-1 especially. Ooh, gotta love that, right? The 12. Another one here has got a pressure type, some speed. This might be one of your leaders or at least co-leader. This horse runs 104, 103, 102 throughout the race. So this horse is consistent, but it's the same speed pretty much all the way around. You got Pratt aboard, which he's hot, 19% in the win. If you put the trainer and jockey together, 33% in the wins and 6% ROI in the positive. That's excellent. You got to love that. Is this horse dangerous? Well, of course he is. I mean, definitely dangerous. I just don't know if it's going to hang on. I think there's plenty of speed in here to set up for horses that could sit third or so. And this horse, I think at best is more on the bottom side, but I'm going to pass on this horse today. And then we'll go to number 13. This horse, Michael Maker, definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to turf runners. I think this horse needs to pick it up a little bit. Always sitting too far back. This horse is really going to have to do something. You look at 88, 92, and then a 101. I think this is a couple of notches above where he should be at. I think but you know what? Michael's smart. In this type of race, you might have a horse that just loves turning right, turning left, uphill, downhill. Might just love it. So why not take a chance, right? But for me, not for my money, not today. I will take a pass on this horse. It is on the also eligible, so we have to see if it gets in anyway. Then the 14, another one I think needs to pick it up big time. Trainer gets 20% win, but look at this ROI, plus 60%. Love that. Your jockey in the last 10 starts, 171% plus in ROI, return on your investment. But this just 2 races back, this horse broke its maiden, ran 6th last time out. Asking a lot, but once again, this kind of money, might love the course. You never know. You might as well take a chance, right? But we'll see on that. All right. Now we'll go and see what Race Lens came up with on their simulated, how they think the pace is going to be ran. And here we go. They see in this 8th race, the first call, they're saying 12, 1, 10 is your top 3 horses that are going to be out there in front. Probably have to agree with that. Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with that. I mean, there's still plenty, a couple other horses that have speed, like the 2. The 3 has a little bit of speed too. I mean, so they all got a little bit of speed. At the middle point, which would be going around that big turn, well, actually right before they go around the big turn, they have to turn right a little bit. They're saying the 12, 3, 9, 10, it's all going to be pretty right there. They're saying the 12 is going to have a good lead probably. By then, we'll see. That was one of the speed horses. I thought that might be one of your front runners. And then at the end of the race, this is how they see it. They see it, the 6 at 17% chance of winning, 8 at 14%, the 12 at 10%, the 2 at 8, and the 4 at 8. Well, my horse is not in there on their top 4 or 5. I like the 11 myself, and the 8 I like, the 3 I like, the 6 a little bit, and I even think the 5 has a little bit of shot too. But we'll see on that. Now here, let's go and look at the true odds. You got a horse, the number 1 horse. They're saying true odds should be a 13-1. Morning line is 30. Hey, people, there's value right there. Serious value. The 2 is supposed to be 11-1. Morning line is 15. That's a little value. And then the 3 is supposed to be 19 to 20, and its morning line is 20-1. That's pretty good value. Pretty good. So I think overall you're going to get value in this race. That's who you like. You want front runners or come from behinders. I'm going to tell you right now, majority of the time, unless it's a single front runner, it's very hard for a front runner to win at this course. But if it's the lone speed, yeah, it could win because all he has to do is relax going around that right turn, around the turn. So it could save some energy going up, down the stretch there. Will be definitely a major, major player. All right. So once again, I want to thank Race Lens for the show. And you guys go down, buy it. You use all the Race Lens. They have the chart there like you just saw. You get the Race Lens angles. And if you have any questions for me, like once before, like last week, send me an email at passthewire, Charles at passthewire.com. I'll answer all your questions if it's about owning racehorses, training, going to the cell. If you need help going to the cell, you want to find anything, here's like the cell in Keeneland coming up. It's coming up real soon here. Just shoot me an email, even if you got questions. No big deal. So we're going to move on to the next stakes race that they have there at Kentucky Downs, which will be the what was it called? The Kentucky Downs Ladies Turf Stakes. That's what it's going to be. And that will be in the 10th. We have another stakes race in the 9th also, but there's so many horses and all these fields. I mean, it's very tough. It's a tough pick 5, and you'll see that when you see my card, that how I'm going to play it. But in this one, we're going to start with the 1 here. Julian Leperoux is on aboard for Neil Drysdale. Neil Drysdale, he comes from California mainly. He runs out there. He's been around for a long time. He's in California. He was known as a turf trainer, so he definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to turf horses. But this horse has got good ability to close. Has been racing very very well. Last time just was pretty much even all the way around. This horse, how it paced, how it runs, is 97, 99, 120 at the end. So this horse is consistently pretty fast and even picks it up down the lane. Do I think this horse has a shot in this race? Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it's a major player. This horse, here's the angle for this. This is the third race off a layoff, looking for improvement. Yep, so I'm here. Third race off a layoff. I love that angle. And like I said, Julian Leparoux is a little cold, but once again, this should be where he wakes up and cash in some good tickets. And this horse is 6-1, not too bad. Don't accept too low of a price, but I think 6-1, between 4 and 6-1, I think you're okay on this horse. Definitely a major player here. And remember, they are going a mile on the turf. Okay, so speed will stick a little bit better here. The 2. Got some speed here. Ran really even last time out. Looks like it could compete here. George Weaver is definitely a great trainer, in my opinion. Paco Lopez doesn't come down here for too many races, but with all that purse money out there, I don't blame him. 31% in the wins in the last 30 days. He's really hot. Got to look out for that. I do not know if he's been down on this track before. I mean, he's veteran enough to know. Maybe he has been, but I just don't remember him riding down here, even if it was 1 or 2 races. I love this racetrack. I love this course. I love this time of the year for these horses. This is where you make some serious coin. Okay? So I think this is a pressure horse. Do I think this is a major player? I don't think it's a major player. I think this horse has got talent to do something, but for me, I'm going to take a step back and wait and see what else happens. The 3. This horse is Chad Brown's horse. Joe Rosario's aboard. Last time didn't do much. In a grade 1, cutting back in distance. I think this horse definitely has the class. Got to look out for this horse. I think this horse will be closing at the end. She's definitely a closer. Excuse me. Chad Brown's 21% last 30 days. Look how this horse's projected ratings are: 104, 101, and 104. Pretty good. And the horse shipping into a track wins at multiple circuits. So this horse will win at different places. So it has that kind of talent. And of course, you got Rosario, a very strong rider, strong-handed. I think this is a major player, and I don't think you should turn your back on Fluffy Socks. The 4. Another horse that has some serious talent and serious ability here. Last 2 times won back-to-back. We're looking for the hat trick today. Kind of like that angle a little bit too also. You look at this horse's pace scenario, 93, 95, 111, at the end. This horse could stay with the best of them. The horse is this is the horse's favorite distance. Never ran here at Kentucky Downs, so I don't know how this horse will do here, but Brendan Walsh, definitely an excellent trainer. Of course, you get the red-hot Tyler Gaffalione aboard, and Raceland's Angle is another horse that ships into the track and wins at multiple circuits. The 5. Here's another horse that will be closing, but probably a little bit closer to the pace. Vittoria is going to be riding this horse. Jonathan Thomas is the trainer. He's a better trainer than his last 30 days numbers are. Excuse me. This horse runs a 91, 99, and a 110. So this horse picks it up as the longer they go. Question is, Can this horse keep up with some, especially those top two horses, in my opinion, the 1 and the 3? I don't know. I would put it more on the exotics end, but for me, I am passing on this horse. The 6, definitely a pressure type horse, could possibly even be your leader. Does it have talent? Yeah, it could steal this race if it finds itself on the front end. But look, they're saying it's going to be 80, 85, and 111. So if this horse does get on the front end and they're walking, good luck. Brian Hernandez is your jock. He's hot, 20% to win. But for me, I'm going to pass on this horse a little bit, but I would put it on some exotics on the bottom side, because I think this horse can finish, within the money for the tries or maybe even the supers. And this horse won last race as the favorite. Success is a 4.9. The 7 here. Another early horse and pressure type of horse. Another one that can find itself on the lead. Philip D'Amato is the trainer. Martin Garcia is the rider. This horse has got average speed all the way. It usually keeps in the 90s all the way. Let's see what Raceland's angles are. Horse shipping into track wins at multiple circuits. Horse won last race as the favorite, which is all good angles here. But for me, I'm going to pass on this horse. I think there's plenty more other horses in here that has a little bit better chance, in my opinion. The 8. Definitely another pressure, early pace type of horse. I don't see anybody getting an easy lead here, so that's why I think it's going to set up for horses that are going to sit there about 4th or 5th and close at the end. This horse is the front runner most of the time. Every now and then we'll sit there near the pace. Umberto from California, he's excellent rider, excellent. He's last 30 days, 23% Del Mar, and last 10 days, 21%. So definitely a player here, but eventually going to have to start cutting some out. And for me, I'm going to pass on this horse myself. The 9. Here, this horse did okay, set pretty close to the pace, but a much lower level. Every time he goes in grades, well, here a grade 2 finished second. You got a grade 2 finished first. Who did he beat? Okay, Fluffy Socks beat Fluffy Socks. You got Grand Motion. A lot of people say he's a turf trainer, but he trained Animal Kingdom Kentucky Derby winner, so that's not true. But this horse is the 90, 94, 101 projected speed ratings. Let's see what the Raceland's angles are here. Let's see here. There we go. Class running style. They say come from behind. It's not that good. Horse shipping in the track. Another one that's multiple circuits. Horse has a 5 furlong bullet workout within the last 7 days. And horse won last race as the favorite. Is all positive for them. The bullet workout stuff, once again, I've said it in the past. That's always nice and everything, but for me, I just want to see a consistent, workouts. Like, look, you got August the 24th, August the 17th, August the 10th. Do we see a pattern here? So you got, it's pretty tight, okay? So that's what I mean by I like to see that. So I think that horse is probably in shape for it. I just don't know if it's at this level with some of these other horses. The 10. This one has to pick it up a lot, I think, to do some damage in this race. This horse is all over the board, basically. I think this horse needs longer to be very competitive. I don't know if it's fast enough to stay with these horses at a mile, although it did finish 3rd against Chili Flag at a mile, which is pretty impressive, by the way. Grand Motion's trainer, so Definitely knows what he's doing. And you got John Velasquez. I think those are the two positive things about this horse. This horse has a 5 furlong bullet workout last 7 days. Another one that's probably right up in shape. Look at this 97, 91, 105 speed ratings, how they go in the race, early, middle, late. For me, I'm passing. But if I was going to play this horse, I'd definitely play it on my trifectas and supers. And then the 11. This horse definitely, I think, needs to step up here. This horse is an early pace horse. I don't know if this horse can hang on with all the other pressure type of horses. This horse runs a 98, 98, and then a 101. I think there's plenty of speed in here to push this one along if it takes the lead, or if this one doesn't get the lead, I don't know if it could do much, to be honest with you. So I'm definitely leaving this one out of my picks on my exotics and everything. The 12. Another one here, talking about Animal Kingdom, is out of Animal Kingdom, an Empire Maker mare. Needs to pick it up. I think this is too much for this horse. The horse is 20-1. Third race off and layoff, which I do like that angle. And but I think this is too much for this horse. Jose is aboard, so there's a plus there. But I'm going to pass on this horse myself. $13 also eligible. Another one from Ireland. Not much I can see on video, so I can't really make a say on this. Speed ratings are saying 74 and 90. I don't know if that's going to get it done. I don't know how fast this horse closes. But was no match for the winner when it finished second here. Just could not pass the horse there, and we can't pass the horses at the end. So, to me, I would like to see one, especially this one. I'm sure it has some decent talent, but for me, I'm going to pass. Remember, it's on the also eligible. And this one, the 14, if it gets in, it's another one with pace that has some speed in her. An 86, 89, and 109. For me, I think this horse is it's too much for her, this class level. Does this horse have speed? Yeah, definitely. But I just don't see this horse doing much damage in this race. So I'm going to leave her out. Okay. So there we have it, those two main stakes races. I'm going to show you the Race Lens projection of this Ladies Turf Stakes. And here we go. All right. Just want to make sure I'm running the 9-1. Okay. We got in the early stages, they're saying the 3 is going to have a lead on there. And it could, but I still say that 110 and 11, yeah, definitely have some speed. I don't see the 3 have to have the lead. I don't think she has to. She could have it, but remember, if she gets an easy lead, she's going to be very tough to catch. In the middle of the race, they're still saying the 3 is going to be out there with the 1, 5, and 11 right there on her tail. And at the end of the race, they're saying the 10 is going to win this race. 25%, basically almost 26% chance. The 3 second, the 1 at 11%, the 4 at 7, and the 6 at 7. My opinion, I think the 1's very dangerous. The 3's very dangerous. I think the 4 is very dangerous, and the 6. The 10, I think there's going to be too much for this horse, unless that horse gets the easy lead. Now, if that horse gets the easy lead, then the game's over again on another one. Here's a show the odds. The 10, true odds supposed to be 5-2. Morning line is 4-1. Pretty close. So do what you will with that. And now let's go and see. Remember, I always try to do the pick 5 $200 or less. And I have to admit, if this ticket goes the way it says, it'll be $240. But why $240 is this first race? I threw in the 14 just in case it gets in. Most likely it's not going to be in the race. You're going to have only 5 horses here. If that's the case, it will be a $200 ticket. So in the 7th race, which is where everything starts, my top 4 picks are the 10, 7, 5, 4. I got a $10 exact of the 10 on top of the 7. And then here we are with our start of the pick 5. I'm going with the 10, 7, 5, 4, 1, and 14. Then in the second leg, which would be the 8th, I like the 11, 8, 3, 6, 5. Now remember, they're all got some good prices there. Especially that 11's 12 to 1. If it stays right around there, that's really nice. And then the third leg, which is the 9th race, I got the 11, 8, 1, 3. And then the 10th race, I got 1, 3, 4, 6. And then the 11th race, I just singled the 6. Yes, I know I'm crazy. It's a maiden race. If they're on turf at Kentucky Downs, I know I'm crazy. I get it. But it's Joe Sharp. I love Joe Sharp. When he's at Kentucky Downs, he wins his fair share at Kentucky Downs. It looks like this horse is ready for a big score. I have to make a single somewhere, so I'm going to put that single there. I think all the races are very tough. I do think the 11th race is tough, but I have to make a single somewhere. In the 8th race, I like the 11, 8, 3, 6. I'm going to do the try with 11, 8 on top. Of course, 11, 8 goes through all the rest of the spots with a 3, 6, 5. And then I'm going 11, 8, 3, 6, 5 again on the bottom. But I'm also adding the 4 and the 9. Try to make sure I get a little price in there because these trifectas are going to pay very good. You're going to see, especially on opening day and this weekend. Very, very good. The 9th race. I like the 11, 8, 1, 3. My trifecta again is 11, 8 on top and all through all the other 2 spots. And then the 1, 3 in the second. And then I like the 11, 8, 1, 3, 10, and a 2. I'm adding a little bit extra again. The 10th race, that other stakes race, the ladies' turf. I like the 1, 3, 4, 6. Trifectas 1, 3 on top of course, they go all the way through. Then the 4, 6. And then I like the 1, 3, 4, 6, 12, 10, and 9. Remember what I was saying. They like the 10 and the race lens to win at a 26% chance. I think it's got some speed, but I think it's going to back up unless that horse has the easy lead. So once again, I think there's going to be a little backup on the 10. Why not in the final 3rd spot for my trifectas? And then the 11th, I like the 6, 5, 4, 11, $20 exacta 6 over the 5. Trifecta 6, 5, of course, through all the other 2 spots. And then I like the 6, 5, 4, 11, 6, 5, 4, 11. And I threw in the 1 for trying to get cash out at the end of the day. So let's try it. Let's go and get it at Kentucky Downs. Once again, Kentucky Downs is one of my favorite tracks. I love it. The payouts are fantastic. Always look for jockeys that have ridden there a couple of times at least before. Turf trainers. And like I said, Joe Sharp, when he's there at Kentucky Downs, he has a very high win percentage, very high, and definitely is super high in the money percentage. So look at his horses. If they have a shot on paper, you should be playing it. Okay, so I'll see you next week, and let's get this pick 5. Until then, I will see you later.
Solomini, a top 10 first crop sire in 2023, standing at McMahon of Saratoga. 14 first crop winners, including My Shady Lady, winner of the $500,000 New York Stallion Series Fifth Avenue Stakes, Grade 2 winner Winstock, and Stakes winner Solo Shot. Solomini, the 7th leading freshman sire and the only top 10 freshman sire with a Grade 1 or Grade 2 winner. He sired a $700,000 2-year-old at the OBS April sale. His juveniles sold for nearly 6 figures on average, more than 12 times the stud fee. Solomini, a controversial DQ from being a Grade 1 winner by 2-time Horse of the Year Curlin, standing at McMahon of Saratoga Thoroughbreds.
Nobody does it better.